Hey guys, this is Snatcch here with some AVA Pro tips to help you out as you get into the game. I'm going to be going over my personal favorite weapons as well as how I use them. And we're going to have some binocular use and some grenade usage as well, just to get you started out and ready to play competitive AVA. The first weapon I'm going to go over is my personal favorite weapon in the game. It's the rifleman weapon, the AK-47. I personally choose it because of its higher damage compared to some of the other assault rifles, as well as its consistent recoil, so I'm able to aim it there. It's available at the beginning of the game at the basic level and is relatively cheap compared to some of the other assault rifles. The great thing about AVA is the fact that you can customize your guns based on your particular playstyle. My personal favorite for the AK-47 loadout is the reinforced barrel, the aim shot mech kit, and the aim shot helper. I don't use the light stock because I don't feel that the stability decrease is worth the mobility increase. I want the gun to fire as consistently as possible while being able to hit my shot, and I'm not concerned about running a little bit faster. I chose the attachments that increase the damage and have a very little rate of fire or stability decrease. Right now the loadout has an extra 3 damage, which I feel is much more beneficial than the stability decrease of -1. In close quarters combat, I like to go almost full automatic, as my bullets might hit their body a little bit better because they're taking up much more space on my screen. This will also allow me to take out multiple opponents who are grouped together as long as I'm close to them, because they will be taking the bullets rather than the bullets missing them. Notice that when I get closer to a target, I can spray more rapidly and keep the recoil in sync. This will allow me to hit an opponent's head while they're trying to shoot at me. And if I hit their head, it'll bounce their recoil up and they won't be able to hit me as consistently. This is very powerful in close range because the fact that they can't aim at you means that you might stay alive to kill another opponent. In medium to short ranges, I like to use the 2 and then a 3 AK shot burst to keep the recoil under control. This is more effective when you see multiple opponents in front of you, as you may be able to get a quick kill on each of them in order to take them out successfully. I personally like to use it when I have 2 people in front of me, as I might be able to pop their helmet off and get a headshot before switching over to another player, getting at least a 3-shot burst on them. If not, it'll at least put enough damage into them so that your teammates can get the kill ultimately and win the round. My personal way to fire the AK is like so. I'm stepping side to side so I'm harder to hit, and at the same time taking 2 or 3 shot bursts at a longer range. This allows me to get consistent headshots, and if I miss the head, get maybe the neck or the upper body of the opponent. The reason why this is such a good method of firing the AK is because the AK's damage is usually offset by its recoil, but being able to control the recoil means that the AK is going to hit consistently and do the damage that you need it to do to get the kill. Using the tips I've showed you, you should be able to control the recoil consistently enough so that the AK's damage can do you very nicely. It's a very well-rounded gun and is available to any new user who wants to try it as well as buy it permanently. The next gun I'm going to talk to you about is the Bison. It is a point man weapon available at the beginning of the game as well, and it has a lot of ammo and a very high mobility rate. The reason I like it is because the recoil is very consistent and low, and the damage output, as long as you can hit the head, is very high. The loadout I use with the Bison decreases the ammo but increases the damage. The reason for this is even though your ammo is decreased, you still have 53 bullets to use. The damage output is much more important, as you're able to move around a little bit better with the Bison, so you can jump around and consistently score headshots with the low recoil. I used the Spetsnaz edition barrel, the custom cylinder trigger, and the 9mm para magazine grip. These 3 combined with adequate aim will be very dangerous in your hands. At a medium to long range, you want to shoot the Bison in a single shot manner. This will keep the recoil under control so you can get headshots as well as throw off the opponent's aim if they're trying to aim at you. With your increased mobility, you want to step side to side so that you're harder to hit. As a point man, you want to be as hard to hit as possible. While using a point man weapon, such as the Bison, you want to utilize jumping around an opponent to be able to kill him before he kills you. The recoil on the Bison allows you to jump around while maintaining a straight bullet path. As you can see, the Bison's bullet path is fairly straight even while moving and jumping around. This is a very useful tool while you're a point man because you can jump around corners and kill opponents who are standing still. Now we'll move on to Sniper. The sniper rifle I use, as well as the majority of AVA players, is the TPG. The reason for this is it has a very high damage output as long as you have the right attachments to it. As you can see, mine has 100 damage, so it's pretty much a one-shot kill above the waist. The loadout I use is fairly standard for most AVA players. I use the high-powered scope mount, the Lapua barrel, precision trigger, the ergonomic grip, and the shock absorber. This allows me to increase my damage by 10 and get the one-shot kills that I need to have. It also increases my range and accuracy as the scope gives me a better crosshair for range. The TPG is a very flick-intensive rifle. In order to be very effective with it, you need to be able to quickly identify your opponent and shoot him before he shoots you. These typical sniper battles occur many times on each map, and it's very important for you to be able to hit them as quick as you can. Usually the reflex after taking a TPG shot is to quick switch back to it to zoom in faster. However, in AVA, this advantage isn't there. So when you want to get a quick scope on an opponent after you're taking a shot, you want to let the game unzoom the rifle for you. If you time it right, the game will rezoom the rifle for you at the exact time and get a quicker shot on your opponent as he tries to quick switch his weapon. Overall, the TPG is way more popular than any other sniper rifle because of its ability to kill an opponent one shot above the chest. This makes it very important for you to hit your opponent, and thus you might want to work on your reflex skills before trying it out. The two types of grenades I use are the flashbang and the round grenades. The round grenades I use for long distance and to throw over buildings to get opponents on the other side. The flash grenades I use in close quarters, around corners, or in doorways, so that I can kill an opponent quickly or I can blind an opponent temporarily with a jump on him. As you can see, the round grenades blow up at a longer distance than the flash grenades. These are very helpful in demolition as you can throw them over buildings to blow up in a set spot. These set grenades, as they're called, are very useful in keeping an opponent out of an area that you wanted to get to. The flash grenades are very helpful in throwing around corners so that you can kill an opponent you think is hiding in a particular spot. There are many different types of armor in AVA, and each player needs to pick the one that fits their playstyle. I personally use the anti-charge armor because I'm constantly pushing up and getting into an opponent's area without them expecting me to be there. Thus I might take a few more shots than normal and I want to be able to stay alive. One very important equipment item that gets overlooked often is the Ghost Gear Supply Kit. This gives you increased defense rating if you're a point man, expanded radar if you're a rifleman, and increased movement speed as a sniper. And it's just taking up a backpack slot, so it's very, very convenient. In backpacks A and B, I use a +1 grenade slot so that I'm able to carry 3 grenades at one time. In backpack C, I use a +5% Kevlar rating increase so that I'm able to take a little bit more damage. I hope you found these tips useful, as I've used them to get to the top of my game, and they may help you. We'll see you again for AVA League Season 1 with the $10,000 prize pool, and thanks for checking us out.